Mm. Got to get the fan going to keep the bugs from flying around tonight. Oh, bada, 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 bada. Go for this. So, hey everybody. Guy with the meter here. I'm starting late tonight. It's about 6 minutes after 9. 7 minutes after 9, something like that. My oldest, what's up, Russell? My oldest and his fiance came over for dinner tonight, and it went longer than originally expected. And I don't care because he's my kid. So I figured I'd make some time for him, and you know what? I'll get to this when I get to it. We had a good time. Hey, what's up, Russell? Give me 1 second here. Let's go with that. Yes, I want to add him. And what's up, Aaron? Holy moly, he actually came on. What's happening, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
Hold on. I squirreled out for a second there. I'm missing stuff. I mean, amongst the piles of stuff on the top of the piles of stuff, right?
You'll be fine. You're fine.
So I don't know if you know or not, but at the show, at Hayden's show, my clamp meter for one run was having a temper tantrum. And I troubleshot it down, and I figured the problem.
Nice.
But now I've got to figure out how the hell to fix it, because one of the ends here, as a matter of fact, the ground, had a break in it from being stretched out and bent so many times.
Yep.
So I've got the replacement pieces right here. But thank the mighty Tiki gods that I bought a handful of different clamp pieces when I found them online. Somebody was selling them on Amazon for like $30 for the same ones that we have. So at the time I bought, I think, 2 clamps and then 2 modules. So, 1 second. So how you doing, buddy? What's going on with you? What's new in your world?
Well, not much. Obviously, got back from Disney today, so had a nice Disney weekend. You know, what about you? What'd you do this weekend?
Absolutely nothing, and it was awesome.
Jelly beans.
We did something yesterday, and I can't remember what the blaze it was. And then Sarah stayed the night with AJ last night, and he lives about 10, 12 minutes down the road. So Melissa and I were like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's do Disney. Well, yeah, we can do Disney. Well, let's do this. Let's do that. And then we're like, you know what? Let's make food that Sarah doesn't like and watch some movie that she doesn't care about and have a great time.
Nice.
And that's exactly what we did.
Nice.
So
well,
it was wonderful.
Drove out Friday night, went to Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning, rode all the rides by like, I don't know, 2 o'clock, then went back to the house and was like, oh man. And then had a hibachi. You had a hibachi. So that was pretty good. I haven't had a hibachi in a while.
I don't think I've had hibachi, you said?
Yeah, it's like Benihana's where they cook on the flat top.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we had the Disney hibachi yet.
Oh, I didn't have hibachi at Disney. I had it back in St. Cloud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking like at
Japan.
Disney Springs.
I think does Morimoto have it? I don't know. In Epcot, Japan has it, and I've got it once there. Geez, I don't even know how many years ago now, but they have in the Japan pavilion, they have a sushi and hibachi restaurant. So we've ate there once.
Nice.
Mhm.
Dude, that's awesome. So real quick, what's up, Russell? How you doing? Aaron, how you doing, my friend? Chris, what's going? Trapper Jerry, how's it going? Everything good? Yeah, I'm good. Hope all is well. What's up? What's up? All right, cool. So I've caught up.
Nice.
So I didn't really have anything to think of to talk about tonight because I just didn't think of it. It's just been kind of a, but you know, the main thing that's coming up is finals, and I was kind of hoping that John Kent could be on here to join us as well, and get some insight on it, and maybe if anything news happened or you know different things that may have changed since last week or since the week before.
Tonight's still young. You might jump
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So I know that I posted up scores last week and posted up the points and all that. So anybody didn't see, I re-released the points today. They've been updated with some changes. Some people contacted me and told me, well, hey, I'm in here under this name and that name, so we combined them. And I had cool colors to it, too. So there's that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so finals is coming up. That's the next big show for Florida, for the Southeast states. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? And that is, it seems like it's a far away, but shows come up quick.
5 weeks now, I think. Last week it was 6, so it's 5.
Yep. So, in 5 weeks' time, I did roast one of the amps in the Suburban, one of the 500s,
Really?
and that got fixed. And in the process of that, Suncoast Amp Labs, which is the #1 repair place in my opinion. The guy is extremely in depth. They have a Facebook page. Check them out. Not just plugging for him or anything. I mean, this is he gains my respect. Myself being in the field as well. So when he does it, he doesn't talk down to you, or he doesn't just say, "Yeah, I fixed it." In which, I'm seeing. I didn't want to hop on this subject just because I didn't think about it, but right now in my head, I'm seeing a handful of different repair techs that are popping up that either talking with people or actually being put on blast online that just aren't that good, that are doing the bare minimum or doing, it's when you blow a MOSFET, you don't just replace that one MOSFET, you replace the whole string because they're all the same age, they're all the same date, they're all the same. And for anybody that doesn't know electronics, there are variables in it, and that's the reason there's date codes. And if you have just saying easy numbers here, a 5-year-old amplifier, and you blow a FET, if you just replace that one FET, then that's one brand new FET out of however many are in the amplifier, 8 or 16 or whatever. So now that one is going to have a different variance tolerance than the other ones do. So a good repair tech will repair that. He also just did a once over the circuit and found out that, I can't remember, one of the I think it was one of the cooling components were cracked. So when he fixed it, it worked perfectly fine. But with that being cracked, he's like, I want to fix this while it's in here, while it's seeing this could cause problems in the future. The part won't be here till September. Ooh. So I'm like, but on the same note, in my opinion, that's like taking your car in for an oil change and the mechanic saying, hey, your oil's changed. You had some brakes in your belts. We replaced that too while we're in there because we know you're good with it. And I'd much prefer that because I'm not the type of person that when I replace my tires, I replace them one at a time because the tires are the same age. So I respect him more as a tech for that, actually. So.
No, that makes sense. I mean, at least he can sit there, like you said. He just sat there and was like, "Hey, fixed your amp. Here you go." And then 2 weeks later, the fan broke a different component of it and be like, hey, did you notice it? And be like, well, I did, but it wasn't broken, so then
Yeah.
double. You're paying double for the same thing.
Well, and it's the common decency of I don't open my amps up and search and inspect them on a regular basis. I don't think anybody does.
No.
So, hey, I was already in here and I saw this kind of thing. So, okay, all right, that's cool. So, but yeah, so I'll have that. If it wasn't for that, I'd have it today. But because of that, it's a special part. He had to special order it. So it's going to be, I think he said, mid-September when it gets back, when the part will be back. But he's the type, if he gets the part on Thursday, I'll have it on Friday. So,
okay.
I don't know.
I did see a comment saying, where is he located? So can you give us like a general region, or is it like only two?
He's actually located in Spring Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's local. And it's funny because he was not originally located in Spring Hill when he's the main repair tech for US Amps also. And when he first became a repair tech, I wrote his address down, I got his phone number so that if customers called and needed their vintage amps repaired or what have you, give them that information. So when I contacted him, I'm like, hey, can I bring this amp to you? He's like, oh, yeah, bring it to me. That's cool. I'll see you in a bit. I'm like, all right. I said, according to GPS, it'll take me about an hour to get there. And he wrote, okay. I'm like, didn't think anything of it. So come to find out, I didn't have his new address. So
did you drive
versus me asking, yeah, I drove all the way to Tampa on US 19, that part of Tampa. And I got to his house, and like within about 5 minutes before I got there, he would say, or he sent me a text saying, hey, when you get there, just pull in next to the truck, the gate's open. And I was like, okay, cool. So I pull into this place, I'm like, well, shoot, twofold here. There's no truck in the driveway, and there's no fence around the property. Hey, where you at, buddy? And then he said, yeah, I kind of figured that took you a long time to get there. Oh, by the way. So I had to deadhead all the way back to Spring Hill, and then come to reality, he literally lives 5 minutes from US Amps.
Oh.
So, and US Amps is 17, 18 minutes from my house. So I'm like,
yep. Yep, you did that.
Yeah. So nonetheless, it'll get done. It'll get done. I'll have it all ready to go for finals, and very graciously take my second place with a smile. So
always room for improvement. Always.
Oh yeah. And we've talked about that before too. We're going to shows. I want to take home second place because then I know there's more I can do. There's got to be something else I can do to get that higher number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so to answer your question in a long spilled out deal, Jeremiah, he is in Spring Hill. But you can always mail it to him, or Spring Hill, for anybody that doesn't know, is right about the middle of the west coast of Florida. So it's a good enough spot. It's about 45 north of Tampa. It is about an hour south of Ocala, about an hour and a half west of Orlando, so it's not really that far away from any of the main spots of Tampa, of Florida. So, Russell says, yeah, went to unload Burb yesterday, and airline or bag is busted. Whoa. Sorry to hear about that, buddy. Wow. Well, hopefully you get everything. Well, not hopefully, but crunch time for damn sure. So I used to always joke about it. It was the made of steel curse, where something you had or something would blow up, or something would, right before made of steel, because made of steel is the big one. Mm-hmm. I unfortunately have the finals curse. Mm-hmm. So So, okay, so Jeremiah says, okay, thanks, I'm in Orlando. Was going to have to look it up, so that's cool. Jeremiah, if you want, like I said, check him out on Facebook, Suncoast Amp Labs. The webpage is Suncoast Amp Lab, I believe, with no S. So, but I believe on his Facebook page is his main source of communication. And in the introduction of the page, it tells you the best way to contact him and what the steps are and everything else. He does keep track of everything, and he keeps track of every single part and everything. So, yeah, Russell used to be the Slamfest curse. Oh gosh, I remember that. Because that was the biggest show. I don't know if that was the biggest show in Florida, the biggest show on the West Coast, but that show was always the humongous one that everybody built up for and everybody saved up for, and that was the made of steel of its time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because anybody's never been to Slamfest back in the days, used to have audio involved in it. Oh, sorry about that, Rick. Yeah, I get to the show and I get next time. Just come to the trailer, man. Don't work I'm busy or not. Always stop by and say hi. Mm-hmm. But yeah, talk back to Slamfest. Slamfest is it's back then it was one of the biggest audio competitions, and then it was the car show on the side and everything. But the reality of it is it started out with the cars and the antique cars and the muscle cars and all the different styles, and it started out originally, I believe, with the mini trucks, and then grew up to that, and then audio came into it, and then for whatever reasons, we're not even getting into that, audio is removed. This year is going to be one of the first years that audio is back into it, but they're not bringing back everybody. They're bringing back. Is it? Go ahead.
Just sound quality. I believe it's IASCA Mecca only. They basically said if they hear your music outside of the car, they're going to shut it off. They'll give you one warning and then they'll kick you out.
Yeah. Where 7 years ago, it was audio out the wazoo. SPL, the Ghetto Blasters, the Daily Driver, I mean, everything was there in that section of it. So, hopefully, this is a step in the positive of bringing audio back into it, but I don't know.
I don't know if it was for you, but back in the day, Slamfest used to be our Florida State Finals because World Finals in October, so we always held Florida State Finals that last weekend of September, first weekend of October.
Okay, hold on one second. I gotta turn the fan off. I can't hear you. Sorry, I gotta figure a way to get my earpiece to work with this thing, or what have you. But go ahead. I'm sorry. You're talking about it was finals.
Yeah. It was Florida State Finals. So in Mecca, they used to do it by like every state had its own finals, and then there was a world final at the end. So Slamfest used to be our Florida State Finals before we started holding our own like world finals for everything like that. So
I believe that in the world of ISPLL, if I remember correctly, at the beginning, that was, gosh, was that our finals, though?
I think it was.
I'm trying to think.
It might have been your finals.
Yeah, because our finals have always been September, October time period.
Yep, late September, early October.
Yeah, and I can't remember, but you also got to figure at that time period, that's when Karlovic was running it. So it very well could have been, because I don't remember running Slamfest for a good portion of the time that I was an ISPLL judge. So it very well could be, because I always thought that like Spring Break Nationals were finals, but that was like
No,
mids or something.
no, Spring Break Nationals is March. It was always March, the beginning of the year. You know, that was always
Yeah,
because I used to go. We used to go every year. I mean, that was fun times. You know, doing SQ in the pits at the racetrack, primo.
nice. Yeah, the
Finals. I don't know. Lifted. Oh. Slam Fest was always a really big show, though. Was that the one at the Strawberry Fest? Remember Strawberry Fest show?
oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he said something about lifted truck, and I'm like, what was the name of that? Was that in Strawberry? It could have been.
yeah, I believe that was it. It was. Damn it, you're gonna make me open this up now.
Like I said, it was always different because we always had two. We had our Florida, and I know with the old Oregon ACCL, it's always been like one, but now it's different. Or Mecca, I had like two finals. It was the state final and then the world final.
Yeah, and I'm going back. So I'm going all the way back to 2016, and that's the furthest I kept it. And back then, I was working with Karlovic because at the beginning, Karlovic was the Florida judge, and then I was like a second. He did all the big shows, and I would take up the little street shows. And yeah, because I've got one here says Matt. Yeah, so Spring Break Nationals, I was always Karlovic.
That was still at the Ocean Center in 16.
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can remember when we went, they paid for our hotel, and then of course everything to do with it, getting in, all that good stuff, and then they still gave the judges money, and I was like, "That you're paying us to do this? This is awesome!" Because that's such an awesome show.
My first big show was Spring Break Nationals, probably in 2016. Yeah, I judged.
Yes.
SQ. You guys were in the back parking lot. I did SQ inside.
Yep. See, I started, I believe it was 2015, because 2015 we were inside.
Oh, okay.
Or did I have it backwards? Either way, one of the times we were inside, and then one of the times we were outside.
Yeah, so you had to do 15, because I started in 15, but I didn't do any big shows. I was still a nobody back then. You know, where 16 was the first year that I did inside, and it was SQ only inside. So we got to judge all the cars inside the buildings.
Yeah, see, the last one I was at inside, we would be metering, and then they would stop everything, and then for 15 minutes, everybody could demo. And then after 15 minutes, they turn it off, and if they heard anybody even turn their radio on, they went over there, and I don't know what kind of mafia stuff they did, but they didn't turn that damn radio on again.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I remember being a pain, because they told us we had to get for the vehicles that were inside, you had to get cookie trays, the aluminum like throwaway trays, and you had to have those underneath your engine because they didn't want anything on the floor in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Remember that.
And then we did the inside one, and then we did the outside one, and then we did two at Daytona, the 500.
I think you did two outsides, and then we did the two of that. Because I remember going to Spring Break the Convention Center at least twice, 2 years in a row, and then it got taken away.
Okay, so that may be, or honestly, maybe 2016 was my first time doing it, but because I want to say I've been judging since 2014, so maybe Karlovic did 14 and 15, or maybe at 14 we weren't invited and he got us in at 15. Then after that said, hey, we got to do this, and he got me involved in it.
Yep.
So because I didn't keep track of any shows on my list here that I wasn't at in one way, shape, or form. All right, so Ken popped in here. When we started Lifted Florida Truck Show, that was around the same time I acquired rights to finals, so we did them the same time. First year for finals was the Hillsborough County Fairgrounds. And let me open this up on the big screen here so I don't have to mess anything up on my phone.
Oh, Hillsborough County. That's the old slam. Not
Made of Steel.
Made of Steel. The old Made of Steel.
Slam was at the Florida State Fairgrounds.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, we did them the same time. First year of finals with the Hillsborough County Fairgrounds. Next two were at the Strawberry Festival. There we go. And then now we're at Hernando. Okay. So that's it. The Strawberry Festival, I was not overly impressed with myself because there was, this is my opinion, you know, the layout of it was you were here, but then you had to drive through this to get over to this. And then you had to drive through this, and it was too spread out for me.
We always get stuck in the back too. We were on that asphalt in the back of this parking lot, way out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yep, and I remember one of the last years they actually busted people that were hopping the fence.
Oh yeah,
getting in there.
Yeah, I remember some funny stories about that one too.
Yeah, so. But the good thing is that at the Hernando County Fairgrounds, I'm not as deep into it as Kent is by any means. But if I know right, for the Hernando County Fairgrounds, everything is working good in reference to the location, how it's ran. And then Kent and his team, or the team he's with, are working every season to make it more and more fine-tuned and working out the bugs or the could-be betters.
They have a spectacular system on how they run it and the gates and everything like that. And I rarely hear anyone having issues getting in or out of the event. I don't hear anybody having problems with, like, they paid and didn't get in, or they ran out of space, or this or that. I've only heard good things when it came to location.
And the really good thing also is that he nor the team take any flack. They don't let anybody push them around. They don't. If they say don't do that and somebody does it, they get a warning. If they do it again, you don't see them again. I can count on two fingers the amount of times I've seen Kent get furious. And one of them was at a show. It was at the one of the Made of Steels at the Hillsborough County Fairgrounds, and somebody, God, I can't remember the logistics of it, but I think somebody played when we weren't supposed to be playing, like they started early or something, and he went over to him and, you need to stop that. And then as he walked away, they cranked it up, and I think from there, if you didn't see the mushroom cloud, then it's somewhere on NASA footage, because that man just about killed somebody. He went back and just, in a John Kent kind of way, no massive cussing or anything of that nature, but inform them that they should probably remove themselves from the premise. And it would be in their best interest to do so.
Correct. I don't see John actually yelling, screaming at anybody. John Kent is a great guy, so I guess he's earned his respect over the years. When he says something, they just do it. They just sit there and they listen, and that's it. It's like, hey, John told me to leave, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna sit here and not do it. So
yeah, Melissa and I joke after a show or something like that. I'm like, when I was did you see John spike off today? I'm like, what? His voice go up an octave? Yeah. Like just that one little boom. Oh God, he's pissed now. So you're right, Russell. SBN was one of the best shows. It had I always rave about it, almost as much as I rave about the TDH show, but it was cool to go to it when I went to it before it got shut down and hear the stories, or at the end where it really wasn't much for anything. Back when it was at the center, where it was on the main strip. And you could go out there and you could actually have a cool weekend of parking your vehicle and at your hotel and then walking the strip and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, checking everything out. And it was just an overall, I would assume the same way people feel like at Bike Week, where you own the city.
Yep. It was super fun sitting at, what is it, Hooters or whatever that restaurant is, right there on the strip, right across the street in the convention center. And man, watching everyone play their music and drive up and down the strip 100 times, you know, and just see all your buddies and everything, and just sit there and just, because you're not parking, you leave your car right at the event. I mean, there's security right there. You leave your car and then you just walk everywhere. Your hotel's right across the street, and it was just a good time.
Yeah, that was one of the last times Melissa and I went, pre-Sarah. The Nissan was in the convention center, parked there overnight. I mean, that's where it docked. And Melissa got us a kick-ass hotel across the street at the Hilton, I believe it is. And then we go change, shower and change, and then go downstairs and then get with a group of people and just walk the strip and drink and hit the bars and all that good stuff. And then come walking back to the hotel, and it was awesome. Everything about that was just perfect.
I did that when I was back in Installer Institute, you know, back in Daytona Beach, you know, 2010. We'd go there.
Well, that's freaking awesome, man. Let's see here. Be yourself or complain about demos near you. Can't win. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Jennifer. How you doing? John Ken has a great team and run a flawless show at a location. I'll always proud John. That's awesome, Russell. Good times. I love how the brands came out and showed it. See, that's the thing right there that I miss about the shows like SPN at that time period. Exactly what Russell was just saying is that he says, I love how the brands came out and showed up with semi-trailers and all the equipment on display. 2-second backstory here. My father, for a good portion of his career, drove for Mayflower hauling electronics and trade shows. And he started in '79 when computers were, humongous and took up the whole thing. But by the time he was retiring, they were doing a lot more trade shows and a lot less hauling electronics. Still hauled electronics and still hauled, special mainframes and such as that, but the trade shows were taking over. And going to the shows behind the scenes and seeing everything that goes on and seeing the like Russell said, the big rigs coming in and opening up, and, you got a handful of people that are unloading it and setting the displays up, and just the overall aura feel of that was just awesome. I know when I ran SPN, I would purposely take an hour-long break just to go in there and see all the display stuff and all the different, because let's be real, people, we're not guaranteed that in our field, Russell and I for that matter, that we're going to hear all the best of the best. Because I know specifically mine, you may have totally kick-ass subs, but your highs are garbage. Or your tweeters are not being able to keep up with the rest or something like that. When you go to a trade show, you've got just that brand with just those speakers, with just that music. And I think it helped the industry a lot more than instead of a fly-by-night company coming out and over-flooding the market. And then when people find out they're garbage, well, hell, they've already got your money they ran.
Yep. They still do it at Master Tech. Master Tech out in Arizona, they get all those ones, all the big audio brands out there and do it like a trade show out there. But they also do like classes that teach teach younger people or even newer installers all the fundamentals of what it takes to do it and stuff. Less competition. They don't have like judging going on there. They have like a build off, but there's no like audio competitions there. It's just strictly bigger audio companies going there to show off their products and everything like that. They have like CNC manufacturers. They have laser manufacturers. They have tons of different companies come there and just show off their new products they have that try to sell to the industry. I know they do the same thing at SEMA too.
Yeah, and that would be if we could get stuff like that to be more prevalent like it used to be, and not the closest one to Florida is in Arizona, you know. In case you didn't know, Russell, I just had John.
I see John.
What's up, buddy?
John,
Are you?
Us.
I don't think he can hear us.
Well, he's got his nice headphones on. He should.
He's got it.
You hear me?
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
John, we hear you. Hear us?
Apparently not. We're not just moving our mouths.
I hear y'all. I hear y'all perfectly fine.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. We're just trying to make sure we have a good connection, and then because it's 2 weeks in a row. This is amazing.
John's got it figured out now. He's got an office. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. Unless he's really good at staying still, he froze.
Nope, he just left.
Oh, he just left?
Yeah. So, let's see here. Let's get back on this. All right, Mike Jones. That was one of the funnest parts of SBM, was walking around inside and seeing the booth vehicles and getting all the free stuff. Yes, I forgot about the free stuff. The lanyards out the wazoo, and hats and shirts and everything else. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can add John again. Okay, John. Well, let's try. No, I don't want to ban him. I mean, would be kind of funny.
Ban John. Don't ban John. We like John.
We just got him on. Yeah, you're not even in my viewers list right now, John. We'll give it a second. So, I forgot what the hell we were talking about. What I was talking about. Oh yeah, walking around the free stuff. That was pretty freaking awesome. Now you actually have to come to shows and have guys that run the meter give you lanyards and stickers and stuff.
It's crazy because now everything is so like social media driven. I don't feel like there's anything new. Like I see them at shows and I'm like, oh, I've already seen it. Like you don't get suspense like you used to back in the day going to spring break nationals or going to like world finals and stuff when you saw them at that stage and like, oh snap, like this is something new we've never seen before. That.
Well, and that was the whole reasoning behind it, was to see the 2027 model, R2D2 C3PO, or whatever one you're bringing out.
Like a Star Wars reference.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, but what was the best that we had? Going to Circuit City or Sound Advice and seeing their floor display there, and having some lack of knowledge person come up and say, well, this speaker here is 200 watts and
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dude, John, come on, man.
John's good. I can see him moving.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
My headphones they won't stay connected. I think that's what the problem was.
Gotcha. Okay. Can you hear us okay, John?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Coming through my phone.
Okay, cool. That's what I have to do with this one. I've got a program on my computer that I could stream and do all that stuff, and I'm like, I gotta send you guys invites, and it just doesn't. So, right now we're doing it like this.
Yeah. What streaming do you? I got to turn off this computer. So it's about, the computer on my end is about 2 minutes behind my phone. So like I'll start talking, but I look at the computer and Jason's talking, but it's quiet. I'm like, oh, did I lose it? What happened? So it's throwing me way off.
Yeah. That's the same way it is for me. The only reason I have my computer open is so that I can see the comments and go off that way. I can scroll up and down. I tried it with the phone a couple times, and the phone just goes and so it's just easier. That and I keep this open so that I can see the shows coming up and all that stuff.
Right. So, Russ, you said something about my office. It's not done yet. I'm working on it. I got some stuff up. There's more. I got a whole that shelf over there in the corner is all signed football helmets. I got all my signed football helmets up here. Jerseys there. I got more jerseys to put up. I got more stuff to put up. So it's coming together, but it ain't done yet. I'm working on it.
Nice. It's looking great, man. I think you need a nice ACCL sticker in the background. Just saying.
If I had, you know where I could find one at?
I know a guy.
Hey, you can find anyone to battle. I can get you a Base Wars license plate.
Well, so
Hey, I have one actually.
Oh, look at that. Okay, good. You got to hang it up. You got to represent.
see, I am such a good friend that I don't see competition, and I actually hung up the second place license plate that I got in the Base Wars. I hung it up in my trailer with all the ACCL stuff.
You did?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put the ACCL sticker on my my garage fridge.
Every time you go out for a beer, ACCL. Let's see here. Spring Break National is having installers do a build off on the timer. Was effing amazing to watch. Yep, that it was. Hey, John. Hey, John. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So, Aiden Grooms is one of the title sponsors for finals. And anybody that doesn't know him is Lowendlabz is the name of his rebase company. And I'm not saying it's because he's helping sponsor or anything of that nature. He and I are friends, and I try to help friends out. And I will tell you this: he has some of the cleanest, best rebase music that I've played in the truck, hands down. So, might want to check him out. He will be there selling his USBs as well at finals. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I haven't posted it up yet. I'll probably do it after we sign off. He's also the sponsor for the Cleanest Install Award.
Nice. Good.
Awesome.
One day I'll be there, John. I'll get a clean install award. One day.
Don't tell me I won't.
No. Oh, you won't? Oh.
You don't have to impress me. I'm not a judge.
Now, if you have the most ratted out shitbox award,
I still don't think you win. I don't think you win.
I don't think.
Yeah, Brendan's there.
Yes. Winner.
Well, he can't enter because he's a judge. Yeah. So he can't enter. So, yeah, no, you're right on that, Rick. The industry was bigger back then. I don't know if way bigger is really a term. I wasn't as in depth to anything as I am now back then. I was more consumer, a guy with a meter. That's all it was. So would you guys agree that the industry itself was a lot bigger back then, or do you think it was just more media publicized?
I agree with my statement I said earlier that companies had to go to shows back in the day to promote their brand, or in magazines and stuff, where now everything is social media driven, where they don't have to go, they don't ever have to step foot outside of their front office. Like, they don't have to do anything because they hire people to promote their brand like that. They get people with, John, your cat is very distracting, okay? That cat is big, but it's cool. I'll try to stay focused. It's just it's just a different brand. I don't think it's any less big or larger than what it used to be. I think it just shifted in demographic on who can afford it and how people buy stuff. Everyone used to be 15 years old and go to Circuit City, like you said, and be able to afford, a couple $100 set of subs and throw it in the back of their car for fairly inexpensive, where shops are $150 an hour. You're paying so much money to get that labor installed. Cars aren't built like they used to. I can't tell you the last time I've done a deck and 4 in a car. They don't change decks out. My interfaces are $500 each. So you're already starting off significantly higher. People used to get whole installs for $500, where now it's everyone's got a buddy and has YouTube, so everyone just does it off YouTube. So it's just how the culture has shifted from one to another, or not even so much shifted, maybe swayed is a proper word, but it's still there. It's just how it gets promoted and advertised.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's that I think would SBN be as big today as it was back then? If they still came, if all the manufacturers still showed up like they did, it would be bigger because of social media. Mm-hmm. But do they have to do that? They don't have to do that anymore. So it would be hard. It's harder. It's like getting them to come to Made of Steel. Every year when Orion was still around and they were actually something back before Tim Johnson passed away, I couldn't get them to show up. Kicker doesn't show up. I can't get them to show up. Can't get Rockford. I've been sending Kicker. I send it to 3 separate people at Kicker, and I talked to the Florida state rep, and I don't get a reply back from them.
And that's sad because a lot of us still crave the interaction. I've said it 100 times, I'll say it 100 times more. Nobody knows 100% about anything. I'm trying for a little bit of information on, whatever product Russell is selling, and Russell is needing a little more information on whatever product. So going places like that and talking to professionals and talking to people that are the company versus an hourly at, Walmart. I think there's a lot more value in that I miss. So, Jennifer DeBerry, I love giving demos and discussing my equipment, what it is, when, where, why I buy from. Makes me feel dutiful and a part of. Yeah, and that's the other thing right there that I do like about the shows that we're not really touching, but kind of are, is that the people that are sponsored by a car audio company, maybe that's the new representatives. That's the new, the car shows maybe are more like what the trade shows used to be, and actually getting a real life view of in a real life scenario. Maybe that's the way the market's going.
Yeah, but I see too many people jumping ship after. Somebody's with brand X, they build it all with brand X. Something happens, they jump to brand Y, where the vehicles back in like the 90s, early 2000s were built by brand X. They don't jump ship. It was, you wanted to go work for a manufacturer. You wanted to go build a demo vehicle for these companies. And now companies don't do that anymore. It's terrible because the technology and the progression of what we can do compared to what we've done, it's crazy on the installs and what we can do now with technology compared to what they had to do back in the day, where we can make some amazing things fabrication wise that we never could have done before.
Yeah, it's almost like the industry hasn't died so much in that, because I agree with you on that backing, because there is so much more information that could be spread. I don't know. There's a good and bad to both sides, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. Russell says, I also miss the old sponsorship days when you actually got sponsored, not a price break. Oh man. That was a long time ago, but I agree, because anytime, like especially when I had the Pathfinder, when I had the DDs and I had the DD subs, had the DD mids, had the DD amp, and then I had well, depending on what day of the week it was, depending on what sub amps I was running. And the first thing people were like, oh, I bet you're sponsored. I'm like, well, no, like I get a discount. Oh, with all this, you should be sponsored and get it for free. I'm like, as far as I know, that's gone the way of the dodo bird, because companies can't give out free and make money to keep a company going, because everybody wants to be sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
Russell adds on to that, even sponsorship from the local brick and mortar stores, they'll throw a product into your ride, hook up the install and all that good stuff. I don't know. Are those a thing anymore?
No. Mm-mm. At least not my shop. My shop won't sponsor any vehicles. We won't pay for anyone's installs and stuff. We may cut them a break, if you want to say that. We'll put that in quotations, but
Hey, get a discount.
yeah, you get a discount. But other than that, it's just like at the end of the day, we can do a $100,000 job for them, and all it takes is one little thing for them to be like, "No, I'm never stepping foot back into that shop again." And we gave them an install for $100,000 away. Like, that's non-existent. I mean,
Yeah, I've seen it too much that somebody come in and not saying US Amps or anything, but not even saying names, but come in and say, oh, I love brand Z, it's always been my favorite, and be like, okay, well, cool, what do you want to do? I want to do a full brand Z install. I want to do all that and do all that. Well, hell, if you're spending that kind of money, because this whole approach will promote the company, we'll cut you a discount. We'll do this, we'll do that, we'll help you out. Oh, that's great. And then they get out and then ghost.
mm-hmm.
Never see him or hear from him again.
Yep.
But then you take the chance of, if you don't do that at all for anybody, somebody comes in and drops, 10, 12, 15 grand, you want to come a bit of a discount because they're doing a pretty big amount for you. And you would think that being out in the fields, that if nothing else, even if they themselves are not saying, hey, I'm brand Z, have you ever checked out brand Z? When I get a demo from them, I'm looking and seeing all brand Z equipment, so that's drawing my attention. But at the same time, now brand Y is saying, hey, come over here, we got some cool stuff too. So it's whoever's going to come the best deal and the best discount is unfortunately what it turns out to be more nowadays than anything else.
Yep.
Let's see here. Yep, even sponsorship from local brick and mortars did that one. Jennifer DeBerry says, I make $0 to share the love of my equipment. The relationship I have with my company is enough to chat my truth on base beds. No affiliate code. And that's cool. And that right there, I think, is a very prime example of why companies have pretty much cut down to almost minimal sponsorship at all, because there are people like yourself and myself the same. When somebody gets a demo in the burb, they're looking around like, yeah, well, that's US Amps, that's Rogue. I mean, that's what I do. I think that may be a bit in the formula as into why companies don't have as much sponsorship as they used to.
And one brand doesn't make the best everything anymore. I mean, no brand ever did anyway, but when they had their special vehicles, that's all they ran is, brand X down the whole line. Where now it's like, oh, well, I want these speakers, but I want these amps. Can I get sponsorships from both of them? And it's just like, people don't do that nowadays. It's not the same as what it used to.
No. Hi, Mom. By the way, just had to hop in there and say that, so I'll get reamed out later. But,
Hi, Mom. Nice to see you. Hi.
No, but that's a good way of thinking, Russell, and that's the good, not good way, but a good way of explaining is because I'm just saying generic names here. Pioneer makes good door speakers, but they don't really make the best subwoofers or subamps. Or, Kenwood makes an excellent head unit, but their door speakers are kind of not the best in the industry. So there's definite on that. But you do have the companies, I've seen this firsthand, that they'll come in and they'll say, okay, we will sponsor your equipment. And the guy's like, okay, cool. I need 415s and amps to push it. Okay, that's great. All right, what do you want to do with your doors? Well, no, I'm happy with my doors. Well, no. You either have our brand completely in the vehicle for everything that we offer, or you get nothing. And I'm not 100% that. Come on. There you go. Because just like we said, you have better door speaker options than you do subwoofers. And this company makes the best this company makes the best that, and you're wanting the best of the best for your sound, for your vehicle. And to do that, you're going to have to swap out.
Yep.
Let's see. Jennifer says, just love and appreciation for my own loot. I love all the brands and all the learning I get from people. And when they run, all different brand equipment has their place. That is correct. So what else we got here, guys?
Russell has made a comment that I always love discussing this, is YouTube made everyone an installer now. I think of that all the time, especially when somebody brings something in that they want done. I'm like, I have to tear all this out. I'm not building anything over top of this. I'm not adding wire to any of this. This is coming out because this is a hazard. Anything goes wrong, you're automatically going to blame me. So either you redo it or I don't touch it. It's the same way with fabrication, as I watch a lot of these fabrication channels, people who claim they're teaching you how to, say, build door panels or something like that. And the hack job shit that's out there that people eat up is astounding to me. So I quit all these fabrication pages that I was a part of where I would kind of help people out. I just quit going on because if I help somebody, they'll get mad and say, you're just a hater. And I'm like, I've been building stuff when you were a little nut. I'm trying to help you out, and they don't want to hear it, so I just quit. I quit helping people. And it's crazy that people are like, hey, just go on YouTube. You can learn. You can learn how to do it wrong. That's what you can't do.
Well, my favorite when I used to tune the sub amps, I do it now still, but I'm not even close to much as I used to, is I would tune it and they turn on. They say, well, it's not as loud. I'm like, yeah, it's safe. You're not clipping. Before you were flattened. You were tabletop. Your wave was so raunchy. Well, could you turn it up? I'm like, no. You want me to tune it down to right because you had overtuned. I'm like, this is like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I understand. It's great. And then the next show they come to, plug the clamp into it, back to square wave. What happened? Well, it just didn't seem as loud anymore. Well, get the right equipment for what you want to get. Well, this one works fine now. Okay. Call me when that sub blows. What do you do at that point? Because I'm giving information. You came to me for information. I'm giving you the answers you're looking for, but they're not the answers you want to hear. And I think that backs John, because, well, I came and just wanted my amp installed. He's like, no, your electrical's all fouled out, or, you know, whatever reason behind it. I'm not going to put my name on this until it's up to par. It's either all or nothing.
I had to deal with that last week. Literally on Friday, customer came in. I had my stereo done at this shop, blah, blah, blah. The ANC mics give me crazy feedback. I literally can't drive it and everything like that. Go play it. Sure enough, it has crazy feedback. So fix the ANC microphone cables and stuff, cut the mics out so I have no more feedback. And then we went to play it, and then he's got 115 and it don't play lows. It only plays like in the 40s. I'm like, dang, they got like crazy subsonic on. Sure enough, the person just didn't know how to set it up. He had it tied into, I don't know, was it the rear doors instead of the sub, where they put the new aftermarket amp where the factory sub was. I was all like, why don't you use sub signal? Like, you're not even using the signal that gives you the best results. You're using like rear doors that could be crossed over from the factory amplifier, and you're never going to get that sound. So use those proper wires and stuff. So we went there and basically did a whole install. We didn't move the power wire or anything like that, but I had to fix everyone's work because it's just one of those things. But once you touch it, we own it. And no matter how good or bad the guy did before us, it's our problem.
Do you pull out CCA wire from installed before you mess with anything?
Oh, yeah. If anyone comes in our shop with CCA, I won't touch it. I won't sell it. I won't touch it. I've refused to, and if they don't like it, go to another shop. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sell you CCA wire. I don't care.
How often they fight with you?
Never. Never.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Very, very fortunate. Our customer, like I said, this guy came in, and the truck I was working on was a 26 Ford Expedition Max. I don't know, it's like $120,000 truck. Platinum Ford, like the works. Like the most badass Expedition you can buy. The biggest SUV Ford makes. We're like, all right, cool.
And I guess at that point, when they come in, your customers have a lot more respect on the sense of, I'm coming to you with your knowledge. Please do your job.
Yep.
And they're not breathing over your shoulder or why are you using that wire? Why? Because they have the respect that you have the knowledge. I know for myself, even online or just talking to people or whatever, I've gone to battle with them about why OFC over CCA. Why? Well, that's bull. That's if you do this, it'll work. If you don't, okay, sure. I'm if I'm pulling a trailer that's 100,000 pounds, if I go downhill, it'll pull it, but it's not meant to. It's not the best way to do things. And I think when it comes down to it, what I'm trying to get at here is that you work with a lot higher end persons with their vehicles that have already spent the $100,000 to buy the car. You don't get 87 Civics in there. And I think when you get up to that level, the extra, $100 or $150, whatever they got to spend, they don't care because they're already dropping. I don't know what your place goes with, but I'm just saying, like, they're already dropping 10 grand on the install, so an extra $100 isn't gonna break it.
Yeah. Like I said, most people don't come in here and ask any questions. If they ask questions, it's very rarely on price point, and this is partially a reason why I don't like being upfront, is I don't negotiate prices very well. I'm not a great salesman. I can sell audio to somebody that knows what they want, but when it comes to people that like walk in, it's like, I want a stereo. I'm like, okay, what do you want? They're like, I have no clue. And I'm like, well, then you don't know. Like, is it not loud enough? What do you want? Like, I don't know. I just want a stereo. I'm like, I'm not your salesman. Go talk to somebody else. Like, I can't sell you because I don't know how to make you happy. Like, you gotta have a base reference to it. So
Yeah.
but normally it's never that price where if I say it's $5,000, they're not gonna be like, well, can you take $100 off of it? I'm like, no, like that's what it is. Like I'm not sitting here in negotiation. We have this discussion with people and prices and stuff, and I'm like, you don't have these conversations with the person at Publix. You don't negotiate prices when it comes to that. Why are we in an industry where we have to negotiate prices with people? I don't feel like that is right. I don't know why audio has that reputation that
I don't know. I just pictured going into Publix and pull a thing of milk and be like, will you take $2 for it?
That's what and tell me if I'm wrong, John, but people do that shit all the time. And you're like, why am I here to negotiate price? I mean, you deal with it too now. You get phone calls. How do you negotiate a price on something that is set already? Like, if you want to help out a customer, it's one thing, but
you don't negotiate. I mean, I don't negotiate.
That's what I mean. That's what it is. So for the most part, people come in and they don't do it. But audio kind of has a reputation that it's like, oh man, I got it for this price because I can buy it online for cheaper. Well, then buy it online for cheaper. But then again, when it breaks or if something happens, you're not going to deal with me because you're going to pay me to uninstall it at that point, and then you're going to pay for somebody else to ship it back when you can just buy it from me and have everything covered under that warranty umbrella. That's why you come to a shop.
Right. Well, right now, if people want something and they don't like the price, I might buy it online. Bring it to me, we'll put it in. But if anything breaks, if it comes out of the box of broke or anything, we're not responsible. You have to deal with the warranty. And if I got to take it out, get everything ready, make the car safe. Let's say you take the amps out, you got to do something with the power wires and all that stuff, make it safe for them. Get charged for that. It's not free. There's no free labor.
Yep.
Well, that makes perfect sense because any time that's taken away from your day that you're not getting paid for the job, what have you, you're not donating time. You're not getting paid an hourly wage that your shop works off. It's my father always referred to it as hauling empty. He goes, empty trailers don't pay. So if he's going from, he just dropped a load off, he needs to find something very close to it because driving from North Carolina to Texas empty costs him money. And that's the same way it is for shops that people don't understand is, I brought my truck in there because I need you to pull this wire out for me because I'm going to sell the truck. Okay. That'll be $150, so that's going to take us an hour to do. Well, all you're doing is pull a wire out. You're not selling anything. No, you're pretty much renting the shop or the shop time at that point because you got a clear paycheck. Mm-hmm. People don't seem to grasp that idea.
Right. But going back and touching a little bit on what y'all were talking about when it comes to tuning and some of the stuff. It's the same way. Like if I'm going to tune, like I get a lot of requests to tune vehicles. One of the first questions I ask is, "What amplifiers do you want me to tune?" Majority of them are tear amps. I tell them no. The second thing is that you ever put a tear amps on an O-scope?
Yes.
I have.
Yeah, it looks great, right?
The first generation. The first generation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying I don't have time to fight that and try to get something clean out of that. It doesn't work.
No, and the first generation tear amps were even worse. They almost look like an FM, an AM sine wave, where it's like jagged throughout the wave as the wave is going. The wave itself is rounded, but it does like V's going up and around it. No, I'm like, no. I'm like, right. we're not doing this.
And I always let them know. I was like, also the second thing is that there's a possibility that when I finish tuning this, you're going to have the perception that it's quieter. Because you've been listening to distortion for so long, and you think that that's loud. And if they, like even after I explained this to them and they agreed, I've had a few be like, well, it seems quieter. I explained to you at the beginning that that possibility was going to be there, but I guarantee as long as you stay within the realm of the parameters that I set of your head unit and you don't mess with the amp, you're not going to keep blowing tweeters and horns and mids, because that's part of the problem. That people are like, oh, I hear you're got to go do the tune. I keep blowing all my tweeters every time I turn it up. Yeah, I bet. So I get a lot of that to where now I probably, after I talk to, I might do 1 out of 5 that I get requested for.
No,
Just
but that's
I don't want to deal with dumb people anymore. Basically, what it boils down to.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
yeah.
I like tuning sound quality cars. That's nice and enjoyable to me. Pro audio
Yeah.
are much harder to tune. I'll give
Yeah.
you. But you have to do exactly what it is. It's funny. I had to do a Jeep recently. The same thing. We tuned it up. She was like, make sure my Jeep sounds good and everything. Sure. Gave her back her Jeep. First thing she says, did you turn it up? Is it turned up? And I'm like, yeah, it's turned up. It's quieter. Yeah, it is quieter. But doesn't it sound significantly better? Oh, yeah, way better. But it's not as loud. I told you that was going to happen. Oh, okay. Well, it does sound better. Yep, that's what you get. You get better sound, less output.
Yeah. I want my car to do 130, but I don't want it to be red line. Let's see. Brian said, I remember the days of manufacturer vehicles and local stereo shops having demo vehicles and SQ vehicles. You just don't see anymore. The days of Richard Clark, Mark Pacuda,
Yep.
and so on, made things really change. Yeah, that definitely has, Brian. Right, yeah, Brian. Yep, and Mom says hi, Russell.
So there's a couple things I've seen in the chat I want to touch on. First,
Okay.
Jennifer, Donald's being cheap. The telling you got to start off with CCA is only because he didn't want to pay for OFC. Sorry to say that. I don't know who it was. I think it was Jeremiah, because he's got 2 questions in here I was going to approach. But somebody said, what is CCA good for? Fill up a dumpster. That's it.
Fill up a dumpster.
I mean, it's really good at starting fires, too.
Oh, my God. That it is.
It'll conduct electricity, and it'll work, and it'll be good for a while. But when the wire starts breaking down and starts corroding and it spreads quick, you start losing connection. The quality just isn't there for that. And you can try your best to try to seal it up, and hey, I got waterproof heat shrink on it or whatever, but you're still going to get corrosion. And you're going to trim a little bit, and you're going to find this corrosion still there. You got to keep trimming back and back. And then when you think you found the end of the corrosion, you can start kind of moving the wire back and forth as you go down the wire, and you're going to find some more. So you're eventually going to pull all that wire out and replace it with quality wire anyway. So you might as well do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
There are people that are going to sit here and swear I've had CCA for years. Well, congratulations, but it's not right. Yeah.
And the funny is that seeing the people when they do swap out from a good amount of CCA to, I'm not talking a single run. I'm talking about the guys that have multiple runs, and they'll swap from a CCA to OFC, and they'll say, wow, they're like, the voltage on my rear bank stays up now. It actually, yeah, because you're not choking it, getting it from point A to point B. 10-year-old OFC versus CCA, you can take a meter to it and see a difference. No questions about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And like you were talking before, when you bend it, you can feel it crackle because it's all starting to corrode all the way through.
I like to do the weight difference. So if somebody came in with CCA, I will cut them. I'll give them a 17-foot piece of CCA, and I'll cut them 2 feet of OFC of the same gauge, and be like, pick these two up and tell me which one you want in your car. And the weight alone gets everybody. Just how heavier OFC is in CCA.
The other question that he had was, are all full bridge amplifiers have the jagged wave, or is it just the Brazilians? So the Brazilian amps are worse, but most of them have it. There are death bounce. There are death bounce amps that are full bridge. Some of them were okay. The older ones were okay. You could tune those. The new ones are trash. As far as reading, I'm gonna say the amps trash. I'm saying as far as reading the O-scope for them, their output. There were full bridge crescendo amps that I wouldn't put an O-scope on. If somebody had it, I won't tune it. It's not just Brazilian amps, Terra amps, or Stetson or someone like that. There's multiple companies out there that use a full bridge amp. So mainly, I just don't like full bridge amps. That's what it's going to boil down to, and tuning them sucks. So, which is why I tune 1 out of 5 requests nowadays, because everybody wants to buy the cheap $300 8,000 watt amp.
Yeah, power. Expensive audio equipment is expensive for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking the stupidly overpriced stuff. I'm talking if you've got a 1,000 watt amp that is, let's be more real. Let's say a 5K, and this one's $899, and you've got a 5K, and this one is $300. They'll put out 5,000 watts, but the 300 one, I wouldn't trust it for anything, because that's just it's a cheaper components and a cheaper build, and everything else to go along with it. That's one of the few things in my life that I'll spend the extra buck for to get the right stuff for, if it's in my budget.
Your audio system is only as good as your weakest point. Whatever it's electrical, amplifier, speaker, whatever it is, it will find your weakest point, and that's where you set.
And mine right now is my passenger side door.
There you go.
So, but we've got Aaron and I went halves on getting some foam for the door, and we're hopefully going to get the schedules working in sync with each other, and take a day and do both our trucks. So that'll be the next step on what's happening in the burb. Let's see here. Russell, I'll do 5K when lightning strikes it. Yeah, see, there you go, Aaron. Your door's the weakest point. That's so, and the same with the Suburban. It's the I've got the wood on the inside and all that good stuff, but it still gets down there and just makes them flex like crazy. So the passenger side door is gone past repair for the guts in it and such, but it still opens and closes. So putting a shitload of foam in it and saying sayonara and seeing what breaks next.
John, does your Jeep still have factory doors and windshield? I think it does, right?
Yeah. That's why my base stays on 7. At the Ocala show, I blew the rubber out of the windshield.
Oh, okay.
So I had to be careful because that windshield go pretty weak windshield.
Okay.
But the upper hand that the Jeep has is that it's a flat, solid windshield, right? There's no curvature to it.
Oh, it's got a little curvature to it, yeah.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember because the Jeep that I used to own, all those had the flat windshields in them because you could fold the windshield down, so they're all perfectly flat. I didn't know if they did the same thing in the Cherokees.
No, I mean, I could make it fold down, but it won't be nice.
Oh no, I mean I know they don't fold down, but I just thought they always had like a rectangle flat windshield to them.
Yeah, it's not flat.
And you still play with door open though. You don't play door sealed.
Yeah, no. I closed one door. I closed the driver's door and was giving somebody some bass demos, doing hair tricks, and the roof, some support or something right at the top of the box. Something broke loose, so now there's a lot of noise up there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, somebody's like, "How are you going to fix that?" I'm like, "I'm not going to close my doors up. I know that." I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fix it yet. We'll see.
You got to fix it before Music Wars.
I don't think I'm going to Music Wars.
Really?
Definitely not taking the G. I mean, I might go to spectate and hang out with Dean, but I'm not going to take the G. It's making too much noise. I know that I'm not going to, and I don't have the time to get in that deep to stop that noise on the roof, and there's noise in the back hatch area.
Okay.
But you're still running the factory roof, or do you have wood on it, or?
There's wood on it, yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking the old school trick of drilling in through the top and just dumping foam in it.
That's what I was thinking about. That was actually my actual conversation at the show in Ocala was people was talking about doing it. I was like, I don't know, a few 1-inch holes and pouring some 16-pound foam down it. That's the only thing I could think of to try. But I mean, to do that, I have to remove the wrap, or at least part of the wrap over the top of it, so I can drill the hole in it and then body work it down, sand it down, and get it rewrapped. And hopefully that way it would be waterproof. Okay. Yeah, I forget that Jeep actually looks nice. I'm thinking of a shit box like the Suburban. You know. I don't know about all that. But I mean, it looks nice. It's got a good wrap on it. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. Let's see.
Jeremiah asked if Music Wars is in November. Yes.
That's what I was about to talk about. Yeah. That's what I was about to read off. So yeah, there you go. So
the first weekend, the 7th and 8th, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same weekend as Ruckus and Chill. So we're considering going to Ruckus and Chill.
Damn.
And that's in South Carolina.
Base Wars will be there Saturday. And then I will be there as Russell on Sunday for Music Wars.
And ACCL will be there Saturday. And then Sunday, I will be doing something else not related to it. And I don't know what it is, but I'll be doing it.
Nice.
For the life of me, I can't remember. If I remember correctly, every year, it's always been Saturday I do that, and then Sunday there's something that Melissa and I do. And before anybody says it's not like our anniversary or birthday or anything, I just can't remember. There's something that I think we do the Sunday afterwards.
You go to Disney? I know what you do. You go to Disney.
Probably. Awesome. Yeah, probably. And I do it with a smile. Ha ha. Yeah, Russell, we talked about the injecting the foam. We both have shitbox Suburbans. I want to touch that for a second there. No, because your Burb is just beautiful. I love everything about that truck. Hands down, some of the best wheels I've seen, and you could not have matched a better set of wheels on that truck. That truck just looks beautiful with those wheels on it. My truck, I've got a set of rims off of Aaron because the factory wheels were going all over the place because I had all the weight in the back of it. So I got the pretty much rubber bands from Aaron, set of 22s. And they look nice. Everything was nice on it, but nowhere close to yours. I love that style of rim. So what else we got, guys?
We got the 2026 Florida State Cardio Finals presented by US Amps coming up.
Yeah, so we started this whole thing, and then we squirreled off in every which direction, and I don't know why we lose control.
Y'all didn't have me here to keep you wondering.
So go ahead with it.
Well, if you're going to go, if you're interested, go to the event page. It's titled just as I just said it, and let me know. Hit the going button or the interested button, preferably the going button, and let us know that you're going to be there. So I use that as a metric to judge how I'm going to staff it, if I should say. I have my normal people that are all at all my shows with me. Eric and Eric Jr., they're always there helping park. They understand how the layouts happen. They're good at doing what they do. But if I need to get extra parking people, I got to let Eric Jr. know so he can bring his buddy with him and help out. My wife will not be at the gate, so Marcia is in charge. So y'all understand that that when Marcia's in charge, you better be on your best behavior. She's a little chihuahua.
I love Marcia.
Yeah,
oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's a little chihuahua, so we don't want to get her upset. And if you want to pre-register, message me. I don't have the website working. I apologize about that, but the other night I was sitting here doing something, and I'm like, you know what? I can get people to register. I just have them message me. I'll get their info. I'll send them a link to where to pay. It'll be simple enough. I don't mind going through that if you want to register, because you get the same $10. That was probably one of the worst things that I hated about the website going down was, give people a chance to register early to save $10. So with tax and everything, to pre-register the show, it's $42.50. If you come to the gate, it's $50. Yes, that is a price increase over the last few years. It's always been $40, except for year one. I think it was $30, but that was like 6 years ago or something. As I explained to somebody in the discussions on the event page, it sucks that I had to raise it, but the price of everything keeps going up, and I can't. I'm coming out of pocket for that stuff.
Yeah, and we are very thankful for that. That's the problem with everything right now, and blame it on whoever you want or whatever, but inflation is rising, everything's getting more expensive, fuel's getting more expensive, companies having to charge more to do what they normally would do for one price or another. It's unfortunate, it sucks, it really does, and I think that John has done a very good job on keeping the pricing for the shows down to a reasonable level, for the best of which he can control.
Right.
So,
and I just answered a question on the event page. Somebody, John Slicker, I'm gonna say Slicker, asked, "Do we get a T-shirt with pre-registration?" That's only for Made of Steel. We do that because we want to be able to give back, and if you're going to pre-register, Made of Steel is so big, pre-registration, it actually helps us understand how large the show is. We can figure out by how many people say they're coming, what actually is going to show up. So, Made of Steel, you get a free shirt. For this one, I'll give you a high five.
Yeah, I'll give you a high five too. That's 2 high fives.
Absolutely.
I got you.
That's 3 high fives, everybody. Write that down.
So real quick, let me go back on some of these questions that we can go over again. For Russell, opening gates Friday night as always. Yes. Am I right on that, John?
Yes.
Will it be a metering Friday night? I cannot remember. I get my shows mixed up.
No.
Okay. So this is the show. You can come. You can drop your trailers off. You can drop your vehicles off. You can stake your location, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there will not be any metering Friday. It is Saturday and Sunday only. So there's that. But yes, Friday. Anybody's never come to the show before or any of the shows in Hernando. It's actually a pretty cool spot. We got some good restaurants out here. Got some good places to hang out. If nothing else, you get with us and we'll show you a damn good barbecue joint. But
do your own thing. My barbecue joint.
Oh,
that's greedy.
That's you're not. That's not nice, there, Russell. Don't maybe.
Everyone
call
go
Chelsea.
to Big Lee and Ocala. They got good brisket. It's a little bit of a drive.
Good brisket, but don't get stood up. So, yeah, to answer your question, Russell, gates open Friday is night as well. Are you talking about, yes, Jeremiah, the event that we're talking about is finals. That's the first weekend of October, and it is in Brooksville. So the spectator, do you remember the spectator prices, John?
Sure. Hold on 1 second. I think it is $20 for the weekend.
If I remember correctly.
Was I think last year $15.
Okay, so it's $20 if you come one day, or it's $20 for both days. If you're just coming Saturday or you're just coming Sunday, it's $20. If you want to come Saturday and Sunday, it's $20. So, yeah.
John, you guys sell it as a BOGO. Buy one, get one free.
If you come Saturday. So Russell, yeah.
I need to add that. I swear I put it in here somewhere, but you know what? I don't see it. No. Hey, spectators are $15.
Oh.
Yeah, I found it. It's on the details of the show. It's there.
And is that still for both days?
$15. I think it's $15 both days, $10 one day.
Okay, so that just totally ruins what I just said. Good times. Appreciate that.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody heard it anyway.
Nobody listens to me.
It was all just a dream.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, yes, Jason, that's right. Who's a good character meter?
Yeah, but there's no prepaying for spectators. Just do it at the gate, and it's cash. There will be an ATM there if you don't have cash, but I suggest you bring in cash because the ATM guy charges a fee to use the ATM.
Yeah. Which is highway robbery. You're going to pay me. I'm going to pay you to get access to my money. But I'm joking. I'm joking. But I know that the ATM, I'm sure, is that guy pays to be there, to have that there, or something like that. That it justifies it. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, he charges too much. So just stop at the store, the Publix down the road, get at the ATM or something, and bring cash with you.
Yep, and there's a handful of banks around the area too. Just a lot of the banks you can think of are within 5 miles of the fairgrounds. So if your bank charges from using other ATMs or what have you. Russell says, safest place, I have zero worries leaving my stuff there because I can't cuss. Brooksville is, the fairgrounds themselves are fenced and they're patrolled and all that good stuff. And then Brooksville itself really is not a high crime area kind of thing. So that's, it's not like we're in somewhere downtown Tampa or something like that with no fence or whatever where you're worried about people coming. The place is patrolled. Matter of fact, the police station is about 1.5 miles away from there. So even that. So,
we got security there. We got cops there. So your stuff is safe.
Let's see. Aaron says, Russell Jones, I have a smoker in my house. My barbecue is better.
Prove it. Prove it.
But the best damn brisket you're going to have.
Big Lee's, Ocala, drive up there. Don't
Russell says, that's why I pre-register, so I have to deal with all the money stuff. Yeah, yeah. And that makes it a lot easier for everyone else, too, I'm sure. All right, dude. Why are you messaging me? Jerome says, that reminds me, I need to open an account at a Florida bank. All my accounts are out-of-state banks. Well, you know, something you need to do, man. So what else, gentlemen?
I think that's it. If there's any questions you have about the show that's not answered on the event page, message me. But let's see. So we got the price, pre-registration. Message me if you want to do that. Somebody actually messaged me, so after we get off here, I'll message them back so they can pre-register. Let's see. I just put up Cleanest Install Award by Lowendlabz, so you'll be able to see that. We got more specialty awards if anybody wants to. If you want to sponsor anything, got vendor spots if you want to be a vendor. And other than that, just come out and have fun. That's really what it's all about. I started these shows so more people could compete, but I just want people to have fun.
Nope, that's what it all comes down to right there is everybody coming to hang out, have fun, show off their equipment, look at the equipment. That's what it's all about. Question, John, I don't know if you saw it. Russell was asking, do we have to register a golf cart if we bring it like made of steel?
Yes. That's an insurance thing. Insurance requires anything that comes in, it's going to be written. Besides the like those little electric scooters they have to be registered.
Okay.
So
and then
no, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Aaron was asking, John, when's your podcast starting?
I don't know when. I got to finish prepping, if you will. I have a list. I'm basically writing out a big list of questions that are kind of general, and out of all those questions and / topics, I will be, like whenever we're going to have a guest on there, I'm going to give them an idea of what I'm going to talk about. I won't blindside anybody. It's not a catchy podcast, anything like that. So I have to finish all that. I leave the house usually about 8 o'clock. I get home about 10 o'clock. So it doesn't leave me with a ton of time to do anything. Now, after I get home, I don't usually go to bed till about 2 or 3. So, yeah, in that time, I could do some work, but I also like to eat and unwind a little bit. So I end up watching YouTube, watching a podcast or YouTube videos.
Investigating, researching.
Yeah, researching. That's it.
Research.
No, I like watching. So there's a couple of guys that I watch that are kind of doing like interview style podcasts. I like watching them. One of my favorite is Sean Ryan, because I love listening to when he interviews World War II or Vietnam vets, listening to their stories about the war and Gulf War snipers and people from SEAL Team 2, 5, and 6, stuff like that. I like listening to that. And then Cletus McFarland videos. I get into those too.
Watch this every day at lunch.
I'm
Nice.
a Soundman. I like Soundman. He's an idiot sometimes, but I like him.
He's still doing videos?
Yeah, he still does.
Man, I remember. Does he still do all the dash kits for the iPads and everything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember him doing all those and stuff. I think I met him once before at a show. So, have you ever done the podcast with Gary Bell and Matt Schaefer? They do the old time podcast one.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. I'll have to send one to you. They do a lot of like what you're trying to do, but it's all the old school where they did like Mike Fukuda and all the old people, Gary Bell and all them, all the old installer of the years, Jeff Smith, all them people go on there and tell their stories of how they got started in the industry and stuff like that. So similar, but you know, obviously yours is going to be more fabrication side. Theirs is just like them telling their stories of all the old school cats.
Well, that sounds cool. I'll look that up too. If you don't send it to me, I'll find it.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's called the old fashioned car audio or something, just because they always drink their old fashioned whiskeys. They always drink their old fashions on it.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the only podcasts I listen to. I don't listen to a ton of them, but
that's interesting.
Old-fashioned. Is it ED, old fashioned podcast, or old fashioned? No ED.
I'm not sure. It may not even be that one. Like I said, I'll have to look on my phone and see what it says. I think that's what my brain's telling me. Old fashioned. And like I said, it's with Gary Bell and what is it? Yeah, Steve Head, all that stuff. So I just saw a video that Steve said Honda Civic the other day. But it's one of those car audio podcast ones. You can find it when you click car audio podcast. It's got some good ones. They're long. I mean, and get ready, John, for like you're going to be on there possibly 2 to 3 hours. I mean, talking with people, and when people start getting into these things, I mean, we've been on it for an hour and 45 minutes already. So it just kind of just.
Oh, that's fine. If the conversation's good or they got something good to say, I don't care how long it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of the podcasts lately with the Sean Ryan podcast that I watch, they've been 4 hours at a time.
Okay.
But hey, when you're driving a lot, it kills time. And that's when I listen to it.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. And as long as people are interjecting or interacting and the conversation stays live, then yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't think of anyone specifically that I listen to, but like when I'm doing dishes at night or something, that takes over an hour. So I'll put something in just to have something on, and to kill time, like you're saying, John, while you're driving, you're not doing anything anyways. Might as well listen to something.
Right.
So,
because you can only listen. It sounds crazy, but I get tired of just listening to Spotify or music all the time and hearing stuff repeat. So I like listening to stuff like this.
Just like more songs. I never hear the same song twice.
I'll put mine on a radio station or something that's on Amazon Music, and after about like the second hour, I'll have already heard a song 2 or 3 times, or 2 or 3 songs I've heard more than once, and so I'm with John on that one. That for the long drives, it's not overly. I mean, it's good. You hear the song, you like the song anyways, but
yeah,
Apple Music, and I've liked. I think I got like 3,500 songs on it. So if I hear the same song twice, I don't even know if it's possible, because it just runs through a list of 1 to 3,500, and that's it.
Well, I'm not saying like the same song twice. Like I have playlists. Mm-hmm. I have certain playlists that I like listening to, and every once in a while, they'll overlap. Like these guys might put together a playlist and have a couple songs that'll be in the next playlist.
Okay. Yeah. I really don't ever do playlists. Like I said, I just hit shuffle on all my music. And so I like that range where it goes from jazz music to rock music to country music to rap music to back to this to back to that, and it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny when Sarah was a baby, and I played the nursery rhymes or whatever to my thing. It got caught up in my feed, so I'd listen to Megadeth, followed by Itsy Bitsy Spider, and then to throw in some DJ Magic Mike, and just hard to stay in the zone when next thing you know Barney's popping all surround sound system.
All right, I found it. It's called The Old Fashioned Car Audio Podcast.
Bam. Thank you, John. It's worth it. Listen to it. I've listened to almost every single one of them, so you could maybe pick some ideas of what you may think about, because like I said, they talk about fabrication, audio, they talk about everything. So I mean, obviously make yours own unique, and you're going to do great. We all know it. Everything you do, you set a bar so people around you can get to that bar, John. So
we'll see about that.
And John's humble, everybody.
So Russell asks, says an hour to do dishes or you're fired. Dude, you don't know the type of cook that Melissa is. She is, we could have hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, and somehow she's used every single freaking dish in the kitchen. And like what the hell did you use a melon baller for when we made hot dogs? Stuff that's like, what the So, yeah. She goes back and gives Sarah a bath, and I take care of the kitchen. And then by the time she's done, I'm done. Everybody's done, and yeah. So, but she's a damn good cook, so kind of gotta give in for that. I'm not just saying that.
So I have a question for Russell. Ansel. You have here, Steve Head locally did off the chain builds, next level, audio nuts back in the way. So back in the day, are they the ones, or was he the one who did? Pretty sure I remember seeing it at SBN. I mean, this has been a long time ago since I've seen it. But did he do a grill that had a fabricated stereo in it, and it was in the shape of nuts?
Yes.
Does anybody remember that?
Yes, 100%. Yes. I just seen that on Facebook. It is on his Facebook page. I'm friends with Steve Head. I know him personally and everything like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, Steve Head had his green Honda Civic, and he built a grill that you could barbecue on with 2 giant nuts on it. Yes. The silver grill with nuts. Yes.
Wow.
His trailer has a really good stereo as well. He doesn't have the Civic anymore. He has a Blazer, like a 90s Blazer, like the boxier Blazer, and an Aspen. Those are his 2 SQ cars right now. Still, if you see him competing, he's within the top 10 in everything he does. So he's still out and about, still competes, still builds. But yes, he made that Audio Nuts. He's the founder of Audio Nuts, and he had the grill made.
So I always thought that was cool. I think about random stuff all the time, and when soon as I seen the word Audio Nuts, I just thought of that grill. It's like I haven't thought of that in a minute, and I remember seeing that, thinking that was pretty damn cool.
Next time I see him at an SQ show, I will ask him if he still has it. If I can remember, but yes, I will ask him.
That's awesome. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've seen it or, been around it or what have you. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. It made its rounds for a while.
That was in the magazine era. So
yeah.
John saw it in one of the magazines, because somebody just recently posting an article from, I don't know, whatever year it was, and it went through all the competition of all the SQ people, and they all have their own page with their car dedicated to it, and I'm pretty sure I seen the grill within his page, and that's he said it. I'm like, holy shit, I really just seen this, like, I don't know, a week or two ago. I was just showing my coworker at work because we were talking about his Honda Civic, and it showed the grill, and I was like, that shit's dope.
Yeah, I saw it in person at SBN one year. Or it had to have been 2000, 2001.
Yeah, it could have been. It was like I said, early 2000s, late 90s. I'm not sure what year it was. I just knew he had the green Honda at the time.
Huh. Well, that sounds pretty friggin' awesome.
Fiberglass beach balls. Probably what it was. They did a lot of fiberglass back then. You know, unless you're fishman, putting fish in cars. So
You know, make me search for it.
it's not hard to find, but it's there. Like a chrome grill with nuts fiberglassed on the front of it, and then in the center it says audio nuts.
Well, the advertisement worked. We're talking about it 10 years or 20 years later.
Oh yeah, probably a little.
All right. Well, it's coming up on 11 o'clock, guys, and I got to get up, take my kids to school in the morning. So, y'all about ready to call it end?
I'm ready. John's gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, John.
What? Hey, I'm John. Visit 2026 Florida State Finals event page and let me know if you're going.
All right.
That's it.
I'm
That's
Russell.
it.
I'm Russell from Base Wars, Florida. Anyone has any questions, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. Rulebooks is on basewars.org. I'll see you guys in October for finals.
All right. I want to thank the both of y'all for joining me tonight. It was excellent. It was great. We could sit here and keep talking, but again, I got to take my daughter to school tomorrow, and I got a long day ahead of me. So 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, going to bed, probably closer to 12:30. Yeah, let's call it quits for the night. So, all right. I'm Jason, a.k.a. Guy with the Meteor, the Grand Poobah and second monkey in charge of this funny little thing called ACCL, American Cardio Competition League. We're based out of Florida. We're trying to spread everywhere. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns about myself or the org or your build or what would be considered build, or just looking for insight, hit me up online. I've always got my phone in my pocket. If I can't get the answer for you, one of these gentlemen here definitely can. They're extremely knowledgeable in their field. I have mad high respect for them. And we're also humble enough that if we don't have an answer for you, we'll get it or we'll lead you in the right direction for it. Finals is coming up. Finals is coming up. Everybody thinks it's over a month away. It's time flies. Before you blink, it'll be here. If you are questioning if you have enough points for finals for ACCL, I have posted them online. I've posted all the points in highlight and green and such. We have more shows up in Michigan, but our last show for Florida was the rebate show. So there's no more shows between now and finals. If you see scores or see your scores and they don't match out to what you think you should have, please message me. Please contact me. Let's make this happen. Let's see if my fat fingers mistyped your name or if there's a possibility you've changed teams throughout the season. You're not team this and now you're just your name, whatever. We'll get it going. We'll make sure you have enough points, make sure you have enough cred. If you never competed in our org, next season starts up. Finals is the last show of the season and the first show of the next season. So if nothing else, come hang out, check us out. Love to have you around. We have plenty of cookies, and we'll be able to answer all your questions. With that being said, much love to everybody. Again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me tonight. And we'll see you next weekend. Everybody be safe.
Bye.
Yeah.